Who was your favorite guest that you've had on the Squeeze, and why was it me?
I'm like, really
they're like, what's your favorite cookie? We're like,
they're all sweet. Hey guys, welcome back to Full Coverage, your favorite podcast with your hosts, Manny MUA and
Laura Lee. We got a special guest in the house today.
You guys, I am so excited. This is our good Judy. This is
our
our
Judy
girly
Jensen.
girl, the co-host of the Squeeze podcast.
Ooh.
The other Taylor Lautner.
Ooh.
We have the amazing Tay Lautner here with us.
Girl,
gosh, you guys.
I'm so excited.
You guys, this is so fun. I literally, when I was just leaving the house, Taylor's like, you're only doing this because you want to go hang out with them. I was like, obviously.
Duh.
Obviously. No,
Taylor is so sweet. I love that we've all like got to kiki and like all hang out and like
get to know each other.
It's been so nice.
Yeah, I love you guys so much. We're
Seriously.
so excited to have you today. I love chatting with you in general. So,
I love you guys.
but first we're gonna start with peaks and pits.
Yes.
Girl, Tay?
You know the tea.
Yeah.
You know the vibes.
yeah.
By the way, in our friend group, we call her Tay, and
Yeah.
we call her husband Taylor.
Yes.
Or we call her Girl Tay. So if you're hearing me say Girl Tay, it's just a habit.
Yeah.
It's just a habit.
Force of habit.
Yeah.
Girl Tay.
Yeah.
100%.
I love it. Okay, let's see. I'll start with my pit. Yeah, I'll start with the pit. I went and I literally just found this out on my drive over here, but I went to the dermatologist and got a skin check, and they took out a little mole that was questionable. I have to go back and they have to take out more because there was, there was atypical cells in it. So I have
Wait,
to
what
go.
does that mean?
No.
It just means
You have
they're not
dysplastic
normal.
moles, don't you?
What is it?
Dysplastic moles.
Oh,
That means atypical moles. It's
yeah.
dysplastic.
Yeah.
Dermatology.
So they have to take more of the mole?
Oh yeah.
Why
They
they
have
take
to
the whole
go-
mole?
They have to like cut like
show it.
you see it?
Yes.
see
It's
it.
like it's just
I
like
see it.
still there, but she cut a little bit out, and then they have to just
Double
go in and
check
cut
it.
more, and then probably stitch it up
Do you have to get those
Wow.
checks every 6 months or every year?
every year.
So you have dysplastic moles,
Yeah.
which means you have abnormal moles, atypical moles,
Yes.
which greatens your chances for melanoma,
Oh,
and that's
that's
why she's
why.
getting her checks. So
Yeah.
check your moles, people.
Yeah.
I
My
used
dad.
to do that for a living for 4 years.
I know. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I have my dad's skin.
Very
I have,
hereditary, that is.
I have his moles and my mom's whiteness, which
Really?
my dad is like tan, has freckles everywhere, and my mom is just like white with like.
Girl, we
Pretty
see
skin.
the light skin
But what a
people
combo,
coming in
'cause
with
you're hot.
freckles.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I know. What
It's
a great
good combo. You're so pretty.
What
It's
great-
a great combo. So that's great. Dude, that's crazy though. I didn't know that that's like was the case. You had to do that every year.
Yeah. Well, I have to go. I made Taylor go because he's never been, but he's has like great melanoma or great what's
Melanin.
Melanin.
He
does
does.
not have
We would
melanoma.
see people like Taylor. Yeah.
Melanin.
He's
People
great
like
melanin.
Taylor come in, we'd be like, "You're gonna be just
Yeah.
fine." People like you come in, we're like,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Let me go."
Yeah. No, the doctor was like, you can come in every 5 years for him. And I'm
Exactly.
every year. So
Of course.
Yeah.
It's
So-
crazy how when you have a lot of melanin in your skin, it defends you.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
You know?
It's like a shield.
It's not like 100% chance you can't get anything, but
Yeah.
the chances are way less. It's crazy how that works.
I know.
What's your peak? You're like, that was it.
Like that-
No,
you're like,
that's
yeah.
it. That's it. I mean, this isn't a cop out. I actually mean it, but I love you guys. I'm so excited.
I
No,
love
I
you
don't think
guys.
it's a cop out. I
It's
love
not.
it. I love having
You're
you
like, it's not.
here.
Keep it coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Please,
I'm like, what do you
please. What do you mean a cop out?
That's not a cop out
It
at
sounds
all.
like the truth to me.
Yep.
We have a conjoined peak and pit this week
Yeah.
together.
Bro. Okay, so conjoined. Okay, our peak,
Do a
super
peak.
chill. So we actually ended up going to a friend's birthday party, and we did an escape room. And we haven't done an escape room in forever. Do you like escape rooms? Have you been to
Love.
escape room?
Love.
We had to do it.
Okay,
We had to
no.
do. No, I'm telling you, like we
Love.
are
I have
escape
probably
room
done, like,
people.
20 with me.
Yeah, literally.
Oh,
No, we're
we're
escape room
deep.
people.
Okay.
We love it. We almost
Oh my
didn't make it
gosh.
out,
But we
which
did.
never really like we always like make it out like, but this one was like actually a really tough room.
It was
At the end, it was
hard.
actually really hard, but it was fun. It was actually like a horror escape room kind of, where it was
Oh.
like the walls were like bloody, and it was almost like a padded,
like a psycho.
psych
What do you call
ward.
them? Asylum.
psych ward. Yeah, an asylum.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So it was like a padded thing, and it's like you had to get through 3 different rooms.
Yeah.
It was like a journey, but it was so well done.
Have you been to the one in Hollywood? It's so rich. They have a bar in the middle. It was all
It
the
was
ones I
insane.
go to are like put together with cardboard boxes.
Yes.
Like they're
Oh my
like
gosh. No, the last one I went to, I feel like it was called the basement or the.
I haven't been to that one.
Okay.
It's
I feel
in
like I've heard of it.
It's almost like in Silmar, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't
I'm
been to
probably
that one.
butchering both of them. Taylor Taylor would know. Taylor
He likes them
loves
too?
these. Loves.
No,
Okay,
we're
I'm
like-
planning a night.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna do one
We're
because
doing
we're
escape
big like
room.
escape room people, and it's just fun. Like I love that activity.
Yeah.
In general, like a friend activity is always so fun to me.
Yeah.
So the fact that we've done like what, like literally 20.
Well, like the thing is, we don't go to like the club anymore.
Yeah.
So like we
Yeah.
like to do like dinner and an activity.
Yeah.
A movie, an escape room. Like that's like what our fun is now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
A
the
game
best
night.
thing ever.
Yeah.
A game night. We'll do like,
Yeah.
we did game night
We
with
need
you
to
guys.
do a
See?
game night again soon.
You guys
I
are
know.
very, I feel like that's why we all like, we're all on the same
Vibe.
page and we
Yeah.
vibe so well together.
Yeah.
We did that. And then our pit is just people. People just stay talking shit to us in our DMs.
It's just so funny because
Trolling.
they've been trolling us so fiercely in the DMs recently about like what we're wearing.
Someone said I look like a lizard. They're like, girl, you like a lizard on the last night at Coachella. I said, let me see your outfit, baby.
Baby. Oh
my
my
gosh.
honestly,
You gotta
I
go-
was getting this one that was literally like, the shorts
lizard.
are a fuck. No, everything else is okay, I guess. You guys, let me tell you something. When people send those comments, like when it's like a fierce one where it's literally like, girl, what? I will always click their profile.
Yeah.
And 10 times out of 10,
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
Absolute disaster. They're
disaster.
not cute. It's literally like, I don't understand why people have this thing though where they almost like feel like they have to project like this negative thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like almost like, okay, like I feel bad because I feel like you're going through the gig so fiercely in some capacity, in some way,
Yeah.
that they have to project like negativity onto other people. And I think that's why they're typing it out, because it's like, I hate myself, so I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to hate yourself too, you know? And I think it's like this weird
Projection.
projection.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel bad, but sometimes you'll catch me on the wrong day. That's
Yeah.
my problem.
Well, my
Yeah.
thing is, I'm like, say it in my comments. Stop DMing me. Because
Yeah,
you
right.
don't want to catch the hands of the people who write for me.
Yeah.
And so
That's
you
so
want to
true.
be like kind of sneaky with your, I'm like,
You dig. A sneaky dig.
You want to do a
Yeah.
sneaky dig. I'm
Yeah.
like, no. I posted the picture in my feed. Why don't you leave that? Why don't you say I look like a lizard then? Because you
Yeah.
would have got chewed up and you want to be like a little sly dog. And I'm like,
Yeah.
nah. So, anyways, also, I notice I get, like, if it's day-to-day living life, even me, like, posting myself, I don't get any rude DMs.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But if I'm, like, out having a good time, like, showing me laughing and outfits and concerts,
Yeah.
people are mad. It brings out that, like,
So
The
interesting.
weirdness.
In
It
the
brings it out. It does. It
DMs.
really. There was one that commented. It was just the other day. Someone like commented on me. Thinking it was like, "Karma's a bitch, isn't it?" It was like they had said something like that to me, and it was like something negative happened to me, and they were like, "Karma's a bitch, huh?" And I clicked their profile. Beast. I'm talking literal beast. And I literally was,
Beast.
and I responded to the comment, and I was like, "Looks like karma got you first." I usually don't, but they caught me on the wrong day.
hey,
They blocked me.
listen. Oh,
Everyone won. Everyone won.
Everyone, I was like,
Everyone.
honestly, block me. Honestly, you tried me
listen,
first.
You're
Yeah.
going to get your feelings hurt.
You're gonna get your feelings hurt. I was like, honestly, especially when you catch me on the wrong day, I was like, I'm really not the one. I will shred you to filth. But
Yeah.
that's not me all the time. It's me more like this, like when I'm like happy go lucky. It's like, you know, when you're kind of going through the gigs and you're kind of like, anything can set you off in a way where you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
try me today, it's not the right day. Don't get me.
I'm just like, why on God's green earth would you click on my page and to be like, you know what? Like,
Lizard.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's crazy.
I always wonder. I have this one. I'm very lucky, and I don't really get that many like DMs and comments and whatnot. But I have this one lady that always sends me DMs. She'll sometimes comment on stuff, but it's always sending me things, and I know I can anticipate when it's coming. Honestly, she's gonna respond to me after doing this because she's like, now that I hang out with influencers, she thinks I don't know.
Out of touch with the reality.
Yeah. And
100%.
And not doing the work that I am doing, and I'm getting lost in this world.
Oh.
But she just sends like the stupidest things, and she sent something the other day that I had it like screenshot. Oh, she was saying like it was something about mental health and how like I wouldn't have like, how dare you complain about mental health problems when you have money or something like that. And I was like,
Girl.
what? We're over this.
We are.
We're literally
We are.
over this.
Baby.
Like
The
it's-
crazy thing is, you're still a human,
Yeah.
and you still have feelings, and
Yeah.
life is still happening.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
like-
anxiety, depression, mental health, that hits doesn't matter what
It does.
bracket
It
you're in.
Certainly
Yeah.
Let's be
does.
so
It's
real.
so true.
Yeah.
Like that
So
don't matter.
true.
It's gonna get you regardless, so that means nothing.
It will, but it's like, if also, I always say, like, I'm not trying to say all these people are jealous. I'm not trying to say that, but what I'm trying to say is, like, every human on earth has the emotion of jealousy. It's part
Yeah.
of being a human being, but what you're supposed to do with that is not act on it. You're supposed to follow it. You're supposed to go, oh, I felt a little tingle of jealousy when I saw that. Why? Oh, is that something I want for myself? Good. Let me follow that. Let me investigate that. Not like, oh, you know, hate on the person because you're jealous. You're supposed to use your jealousy as a power because we all have it. Yeah. And not attack people.
Yeah. Just another way of looking at jealousy in like a way that you can
utilize. Because you're going to experience jealousy. You're human. For sure. Who hasn't?
Girl,
who hasn't? Anyways, that lady's jealous of you. Just want you to know that, Tay. She's obsessed.
Do you guys ever catch someone that's in your DMs? This is this random tangent that will send you messages all the time, but you never caught it, but you caught like one randomly because you're looking at your DMs and it was like a hate thing. And you're like, huh? And they've been DMing you like hate forever.
I have
and you had
one going
no
now,
idea.
But I'm gonna post her on my story. I'm gonna give her like 5 more.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna tag her and blast her. She's gonna have to change her username.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Sometimes it's really crazy. I'm like, oh my God, you've been following me for like years and you've been actually shredding me for this whole time.
This woman
I just didn't see
me.
it. Me
Maybe
too.
like once a month she shreds me. So I have like, it's just like
months.
constant.
And
so I was like, I'm gonna give you like 3 more and then I'm gonna post you
and
we'll do a screen recording of your behavior.
Like this.
Yeah. I have some screenshotted from the girl and she's unsent stuff before.
No.
So I better screenshot now.
Good idea. Good idea. She's listening to this right now. Hate watching right now. She's like, fuck, I have to delete all those things.
Literally.
But honestly, to be so fucking for real, we get like also I think to myself sometimes like people will write me a paragraph about how great they think I am or how great, and sometimes I'm like, this person just took this chunk out of their day to type out a paragraph to be nice to me and they don't even know me. Like, what kind of saint are you?
Yeah.
It goes both ways. It really does.
It goes both ways. The hate's always more jarring, and it's gonna be. I mean, it's just like we're human. It's human nature, but we have to admit, like, the love is very real.
I mean, I'm gonna say it's like 98% love.
Yeah.
It's the 2% that you're kind of like,
ooh.
Yeah.
Don't get me.
Don't get me, girl.
Don't get me
going,
please.
Girl. Don't get
I'm
me,
reformed.
Girl. Also, no one hates on you that's doing better than you, so I'm just gonna say that.
Oh my God.
It's true. I've never seen one with the most sickening Coachella outfits that shits on mine. I've never seen it.
Okay, honestly, you really just spoke facts on that one.
Oh no. What are we gonna do?
I mean,
what are you gonna do? You know, I only tell the truth.
It's being spilled.
Well,
ain't never lied.
I never lied.
She never lied, y'all.
Okay, Tay, we have questions for you.
Hey, girl.
I know the answer to a lot of these, but I
actually don't know answers to all of them, so I'm actually really excited.
And the audience I know is going to be wanting to get into this. So our first question, and this is for you audience members because I know the answer to this one. How'd you meet Tay Lautner?
Yeah, so his sister.
How long have you guys been married?
We've been married for...
How long have you been together?
Been together for 7.
That's
over
right.
7.
Wow.
Yeah. Years.
We got married at 22. So
3
years.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Going on 3?
Yeah.
22 or 25? Yeah.
Yeah, like math.
You'll be 3 years this year.
Yeah. And
together for 7. That's 100 and gay.
That's 100 and gay years.
Wow.
Literally, that's like 50
so if
years
they were both gay together,
really
they would have been together for 100 years.
100
Oh
years.
Wow. It's meant to be.
It's meant to be.
Turns out it's meant to be.
Yeah. But his sister introduced us. So it's kind of this like weird like fate thing. So he's originally from Michigan. When he moved out to LA when he was like 12 to act, they moved to the same town that I'm from. And so we grew up, we're 5 years apart. So we never like would have been in school at the same time. He also dropped out of high school. He got his GED. I always have to clarify that because he's like, babe, I still graduated high school. And I said,
he's like, you're shredding me over here.
I know, literally. But he had to because he filmed the first Twilight movie when he was a freshman, and they came out when he was a sophomore, and it was like impossible. He couldn't be. He was in public school his whole life, so he had to drop out. But anyways, his sister is a year younger than me. We went to like rival high schools. We knew who the other was. Like we followed each other on Instagram, but that was kind of it. And then one of my best friends ended up going to college with her. They were roommates, and then I met her when I went to go visit my friend, and they came home like 4 or 5 months after that. My girlfriend had a game night or like a girls' night with a bunch of girls, and his sister was there. And apparently after that, she called Taylor and was like, hey, I just met this girl. You need to like throw a game night so I can invite her as like one of my friends so you can meet her. I didn't know of the setup. So it was just like she had told him. But yeah, I went to the game night. I was fresh out of a relationship, so I wasn't like, I was going over there for games. Like, you guys know I love games. So I was like,
Girl, we know.
I'm going over with like 4 girlfriends to go like play games. Like actual games, not relationship games.
Play games,
Yeah.
mental ones.
But yeah, and we just kind of like hung out in group settings a few times, and then that was kind of
Hit it off.
Yeah, then we
I
speed
love
dated
that.
for 2 weeks, and then he went off to London to film a show for like 2.5 months.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So then
You
was
guys-
it like, was he like, I want to take you on a date? Like, was
Yeah,
it like
we
that?
kind
Like, was
of-
it that vibe?
He was like, I always say, he was like courting me. Like I'd never been. He says he was flirting with me, and he's like, when you tell the story, you make it sound like I don't have game. But honestly, he was just so nice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like so respectful, and like genuinely was like asking me questions, and like wasn't just like, hey, met me, and then was like wanting to hook up with me. Like I'd never
Right.
met a guy that was like respectful and like really just wanting to like get to know me on a like personal,
Yeah.
deeper level. And so I didn't think that there was anything there. And I remember this was like Christmas time of 2017. And I remember he had followed me on Instagram, and I was in Arizona with my parents visiting family, and my dad was like, oh my gosh, he likes you. I was like, Dad, he followed me on Instagram. He doesn't like me. Mind you, my dad has like never done this before. He's never
Cut
like
to your husband.
No,
literally. And my dad was like, no, he likes you. And I was like, what are you saying? He did like me. My dad was right. I don't know how he knew, but yeah, we just kind of like hung out in groups for like 4 or 5 times. We ended up kissing on New Year's, and then we just like
Oh my
speed dated.
I
God.
love that.
I know. Yeah, we just like hung out like almost every day for like 2 weeks before
That's
he left.
incredible.
Oh,
It was fun.
got it.
Yeah, and I got to meet his parents before like we were speed dating, because I'd gone over to their house for like
yeah,
a
of
game
course.
night.
And you knew the sister too, so you
Yeah.
already had like
Yeah, so I got-
rapport.
already knew.
There's a
Yeah,
rapport.
I got to meet the parents without having to like meet the parents. Then he came over and met the parents, but my parents are great, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
I love that, like,
Very sweet
there's no
story.
pressure of like
Yeah.
meeting the parents thing too, and
yeah.
in like a way.
Yeah,
Like that's cool. I love that.
And you
kind
already
of
love your
story.
sister-in-law, so I mean,
Yeah.
you know, or did.
yeah.
This episode of Full Coverage is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the US, I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. They have a huge variety of options from hotels to vacation rentals. And I know I can find exactly what I'm looking for with Booking.com, and it has something for literally everyone.
You know, sometimes on these trips, you need specifics. Like imagine you're taking a friend's trip and you need a pool and an outdoor setup for grilling and entertaining. Booking.com can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Or imagine you're a foodie that loves to cook and you need a big kitchen and a large indoor-outdoor space for entertaining. Or imagine you're heading to a city that you've never been to before. Me and Manny have been
We know
there.
that well. We
and
know it well.
know that. So you're looking for a place that's more centrally located or near all the sites that you want to see. Go to Booking.com. They're going to have you covered. No matter what you're looking for, Booking.com helps you find the stay that's ridiculously right for you.
Find exactly what you're looking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
This podcast is sponsored by Smalls. If you're a listener to this show, you know that my cat cannot live without Smalls. You guys already know, I've told you many times.
Honey.
They love
They're
the Smalls.
obsessed.
They're obsessed. We feed it to them every morning, all 3 of my cats, and they eat it up. And honestly, it is a much, much healthier food option for our cats. My cats are super picky too. So like it's so hard to switch their food over. Whenever we switched it over to Smalls, we had no problems at all. They just ate it right up. They love all the flavors. We get them a variety of flavors. And also it comes in the mail. So we don't have to go to the store. We're never running out of food. We have it on a plan and we feed them the exact same amount. It is so convenient, so easy, and such a better option for our cats.
Are you guys still not a believer in Smalls? You guys, Forbes ranked Smalls the best overall cat food. Well, BuzzFeed said my cats went completely ballistic on this stuff, which is crazy because literally 80% of cat owners reported overall health improvements, and that's a humongous deal, and that is with Smalls.
What are you waiting for? Give your cats the food they deserve. For a limited time only, because you are a full coverage listener, you can get 35% off Smalls and an additional 50% off your first order by using code FULL. That's an additional 50% off when you head to smalls.com and use promo code FULL. Again, that's promo code FULL for an additional 50% off your first order plus free shipping at smalls.com. Question: before you guys met or were dating or you knew him, were you a Twilight fan? Were you Team Edward? Don't lie.
Were you Team Edward or Jacob? You have to be for real.
I was Team Edward. 100%.
You guys, I was too. I was too, Taylor. I love you so much, baby. But like I was too.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah. No, no.
So
I
you were a
fully
fan,
was.
but you were also a fan of like the movies. Like,
Oh,
were
yes.
You were in it.
Oh yeah, I was like, I read the whole books
Did
series.
you?
Oh yeah,
Me
I would
too.
go to the midnight premieres, but at the movie theater where I'm from, they would show like the movie before. So like when New Moon came out, they would show like Twilight before, and then it would be the premiere of New Moon, and they did it for like every movie that came out.
Yeah.
So every time, like by the last movie, I was there like all day because they just showed
You did
all
like
the movies.
Wow,
you did like 6
girl.
movies back to back.
Yeah. So no,
I saw
was
this
a big
really
fan.
sweet clip of you talking about how he has this little mark and you see it when he's acting and it just kind of brings you back to like, that's him, you know,
Yeah.
because he's a character in it. And
Yeah.
he was so young, you know, you're watching it. So you may not like identify him as your husband and like the guy you love and know. But then it's like when you see that little mark, it like brings you back to like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
because
my
like when
man.
when the Twilight franchise was happening,
It's
obviously
different.
I didn't know him, so like,
Yeah.
and
Right.
before when we started dating, I had watched them back, and it like wasn't really the same person because he was so young too.
So young.
He was 16, 17, 18 while they filmed those.
And you're a
Right.
different person at our ages we are
For
now than
sure.
when
Yeah.
you were when you're, you know, that young too.
Yeah, so it was sweet. We recently like watched the franchise back. We've been like trying to do.
Is that weird for him or is he just like whatever?
He actually enjoyed it. He was nervous because he had tried watching one of the movies randomly like a few years ago, and it was like still like
Too fresh in a way.
it was like a little cringe for him. Like he wasn't like fully able to like enjoy it, but like watching the franchise, he enjoyed it and loved
Yeah.
it. And he
That
was
makes
like
me
really
happy.
able to like
I love
appreciate
that.
it. And it was sweet because that was the first time I really felt like it was like watching it. I was like, oh my gosh, like that's how cool I get to like be able to see you like at this age of 17. Like, you know, you can watch an old video of me from like an iPhone. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, but like I
Yes.
fully get to like see him. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
just this like really cool moment I had when we were watching it. I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is you like as a kid, and I get to like see it. It's cool.
And at 17.
Yeah.
Really
Doing that
quick,
at 17,
Yeah.
bro, that
crazy.
is so wild. Like like your whole world gets flipped upside down in
Yeah.
the matter of like one movie.
Yeah.
Did you have any celebrity crushes before you met Taylor?
That's a good question.
Like was that like was that like a thing for you? Like were you like that kind
mean,
of girly?
kind of? I don't know. I've
You're
always
like,
been
yeah, Edward.
Yeah, Edward and, like,
him.
Edward, like,
Wait, do you actually want to know a funny story about that? So,
What?
so when Taylor and I first started dating, he went to London to film for 2 months. I ended up going out there to see him.
Oh.
And when I landed there, it was my first time ever flying by myself, first time ever flying first class. It was like literally like
Lux.
it was insane.
All the first.
It was insane.
Uh-huh.
But I stand up in this plane, and as we're like about to deboard, and across the plane, like I'm on like one side of the plane, and on the other side, Robert Pattinson stands up, and I was like,
You're
You're like,
kidding.
how's this possible?
I was like, what are the actual odds that he's on this flight?
Please tell me you said hi.
Well, no, I
You
didn't.
didn't.
Well, also
I would have died. I couldn't.
That
have done
is
it.
so
would have
crazy.
I would have maybe. Taylor was like, you should have said something. I'm like, what am I gonna say? Hi, I'm going to see your old co-star.
I
Like,
know, that's
it
what I
would
would've
have been
been like.
so weird.
I
Like I just
know.
like would not have. But no, I mean, I don't really know if I love Justin Bieber growing up, so like
Yeah.
that was probably mine.
Yeah,
I would say
I feel
Ben
like
Affleck
everyone.
for some reason because I love him as
I mean,
Batman.
he's literally gorge.
He is.
Yeah.
Have you seen his back tattoo?
Yes,
Shit's crazy.
That kind of like takes me out of it. I'm
it
not
may
gonna
be
lie.
The back tattoo
It
is
is a
wild.
photo of a
Fantasy.
group chat of mine.
It
I love
hung
that,
with me.
actually.
I saw it and I thought it was
It really
Photoshop.
haunted
I was
me.
like, there's no world. I'm going to put it on the screen here. I was like, there's no world where that back tattoo is
Imagine
real.
I had that.
It's real.
Ow.
Imagine me with that, taking back shots with that on. That's crazy.
Wild.
I love that story about Rob Patterson. Like, I'm literally obsessed
That's really
with the fact that he
cool.
was there, and you're like, I'm not gonna say hi though.
Yeah.
So
Have you met Robert Pattinson? Surely.
No.
No.
No?
I mean, no.
Oh
I
my
bet
God.
Kristen. Kristen's
Oh.
lovely.
I love that.
Her and Taylor are still friends, and
Aw.
she's so
I'm
sweet.
literally obsessed with the fact that they're still friends. Like, and that's like been like good.
Yeah, I threw Taylor a surprise party after we'd been like together for a year, and I invited her to come, and Taylor was like, "Oh my gosh, like how did you like get her here?" Like that was
No
so. It was.
Yeah.
He was like really appreciative
That's
of it.
incredible.
But, yeah, she's really sweet.
I love
talk to her
that.
so often. I mean, she's so busy. She's literally like everywhere, but
Oh,
she's
Yeah.
really
she's like a
kind.
working girl. That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
100%.
Taylor's got a new project coming up too. He's about to be back in
He's
the
busy.
game, honey. Very busy.
We should have like a watch party at your house.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Please.
That would be so fun.
Oh
I
wow,
would love
I
that.
hadn't even like gotten that far in my mind yet. Yeah, wait,
That'd be like,
so
you're like,
fun.
wait, you're like, that's.
We should celebrate.
We're writing
it.
that down. We're writing that down.
Yeah,
Watch
That's what I'm
party.
about.
We got a little bit of time before
Yeah,
that
we have
happens,
some time,
but
we have
yes, yeah.
Okay, enough about that. I want to talk about the squeeze a little bit.
Yeah.
So the squeeze is hers and Taylor's podcast they do together. It's a mental health podcast. They do a lot on it, but it's an incredible podcast. What inspired you guys to create this incredible mental health podcast?
Yeah. So a little backstory on me. I'm actually a registered nurse.
Sickening.
Went to nursing school.
Sickening.
I graduated nursing school in the end of 2019. Got my license beginning of 2020. Worked a little bit.
What a great year to become an RN in 2020.
2020?
Yep.
Woo!
So I
Lord.
never wanted to work in the hospital because I was like with Taylor's job, like I'll just do outpatient surgery centers. Like I love OR, like go do some plastic surgery here and there.
Yeah.
Like just very easy, like one day a week in one office, another day in another office. Holidays off, weekends off, fun, easy,
Yeah.
great.
Love that.
But then COVID happened, so then all those closed down. And I was like, okay, well, I don't sit well, and I just got this degree, and I really want to use it. So I was like, I'm going to apply to this one hospital if I get in. Because the nice thing about going to school out here was I got to basically try out all the hospitals during my
Right.
clinicals, like during school.
Nice.
You
So-
gotta bounce around.
Yeah, so I got to actually see behind the scenes, like the nursing, the staff, like just how everything was. And I was like, I'm going to apply to this one trauma center. If I get in, great. They only take like 10 people for their new grad program. So if I get in, I'll go. If not, I'll just wait this thing out. I ended up getting the job. I worked on a telemetry floor, which is basically just a cardiac unit. Everyone on the unit has heart monitors on. They're not in critical condition where they have to be in ICU, but they need to be monitored a little closer. So our unit was normal for a couple months, and then we turned COVID probably in like November, flu season, November, December, and then we were at that for a couple months, probably through February, March-ish. So I was a COVID nurse throughout that time. It was wild.
Oh,
I know
my
you saw
God.
and experienced everything.
I've
Yeah.
seen so many videos like I was like on that side of TikTok too, where it was like nurses talking about like this fucking like this is the worst thing ever, like just experience or like talking about it and like crying and just like going through the gigs. Man,
Yeah.
this is so much harder than you guys could ever even think of. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thankful that I didn't work like when it first broke out because there wasn't enough like protection, like the PPE. Like that was what was scary. But when I was working, it was we were out of ratio, which means I normally would have 4 patients. I had 5, and like it was just I would like, and I was working night shifts too when I started.
Brutal.
So I was just like completely out of it. But that was the first time after that I ended up being diagnosed with severe depression, PTSD. And anxiety. And that was the first time I really struggled with my mental health.
Yeah.
I'd been around mental health a lot. There's a lot of people in my family that have struggled with addiction. I lost a really good friend. He had bipolar disorder and ended up taking his life during a manic episode. So I have like a lot of mental health that's kind of surrounded
Yeah.
me, but never personally. So I ended up leaving the hospital in 2021. I actually ended up getting COVID, not from working, but from visiting Taylor on set.
no.
Which is hysterical.
That's insane.
Because they're like so, and it
You're
was a
in the
Netflix
hospital
film, and
with
they're
it.
so strict.
They are.
Yeah.
I was
They're
like-
really intense about that stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was like, of all places, I've literally worked in the hospital how long, and
Nuts.
I've never gotten it. But so I ended up getting sick, and I had long COVID, and
No.
I was sick for like 2 months. It was really bad. I had to go on disability. Like it was
dude.
insane. But I honestly think that was God being like, you need to like
Like slow down.
yeah, he,
reevaluate.
like I would never quit. I would go to part time. Like I knew I needed to leave because I knew like I wasn't feeling right. And Taylor had noticed it, and he had been like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just like tired from a night shift." He's like, "No, but actually, like, are you okay?" That was really the first time I was like, "Oh shoot, something's going on."
Like I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not well. Then I get sick, and then I'm like, okay, I actually need to address what's going on, and that gave me, I feel like, the strength to quit, because I would not have on my own. But after that, I was like, I want to be able to use my platform and share my experience, because it's not just healthcare workers that are going through this. Everyone was going through their mental health stuff, and so I started like a little blog called Lemons by Tay. And then that kind of morphed into a nonprofit that specializes in mental health. And then I think in like when did we come out? What year is it? 25? 20, so probably in like, yeah, I guess in 2022, I just kind of like woke up. I have this thing, I think I like dream work in my sleep. So I wake up, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. And then that's how the nonprofit started. I never had plans to start a nonprofit. I had no clue what to do. Ended up doing that. Never listened to podcasts. I woke up one day and I was like, hey, hon, like, I'm going to start a mental health podcast. And he's like, okay, great. And I was like, okay, you're going to do it with me though.
Yeah, like, but we're going to do it.
Yeah, you're going to do it with me.
But we're going to do it.
Yeah. So his slogan is like full-time husband, part-time co-host. That's kind of like his little thing. But he's also like truly one of the wisest people I know. And I'm not just saying that because I'm married to him. Like he has so much wisdom, but he never shares it. He never wants to like share his opinion. So I was like, you need to do this with me because I feel like you'll be really good. But it's been really special to like get to do it together. And yeah, that was the long answer of how
we were gonna literally ask you like what it's like working with the
your
spouse. Like,
yeah, that's
is it like a fun? Is it like fun? Is it hard? Is it tough? Like, do you guys have times when you're like, girl, I'm gonna battle you right now? Like,
I mean, yeah, we definitely will. We don't ever like butt heads because we generally have the same ideas. But I mean, yeah, obviously when you're working with like your spouse and you're like comfy with the person.
Me and Ty be battling it out and then we're like on our way. And then it's like, okay, anyways.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, it's great. I mean, Taylor, our joke is that he's the talent. Like he'll like come in, like I'll do the prep. And, well,
he appears, he's like,
yeah, he's like, I'm ready for my close up. No, but he's so creative with like teasers and how things are edited. Like he's so good at that.
But you pin it all together.
Yeah,
you know what
I'll
mean?
do a lot of the prep and like all of that stuff. And I'm like, hey, this is our info on the guest. Like that's kind of coordinate how we're gonna. I mean, like you guys do. Let's coordinate who's gonna say what, like how we want the interview to flow. And yeah, I mean he's lived like so much life.
Yeah.
So I value his opinion and his input so much with everything. So
I love that.
I mean, it's like he grew up really fast, really young too.
Yeah.
I think that adds a lot of his wisdom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you to Shady Rays for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. Do you love your shades but find them getting caught in your hair frustrating? Well, those days are over thanks to Shady Rays. Their best-selling tangle-free collection has nose pieces specifically designed to avoid any snags in your hair. This way, perfectly styled hair remains perfect. Shady Rays offers all the iconic styles from aviator to cat eyes design, so you're bound to find the perfect pair for each and every outfit.
Here's the best part too, is that they have the best protection program in all eyewear. Life happens and Shade Rays gets it. And whether you drop them, break them, they mysteriously disappear, their lost and broken protection has you covered from literally day one. Plus, if they're not the perfect fit, no worries at all. You can literally return or exchange them for free within 30 days. It's literally a risk-free shopping experience, which is absolutely insane. I love the shades I got. I feel so good in them. I feel like they are very good for like sporty tennis wear. They're really, really, really cool.
Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out an amazing deal for this season. Head to shadyrays.com with code FULL for 35% off their premium polarized sunglasses. Snag your shades and get ready for the summer sun. This podcast is sponsored by Naked Wines. It's 2025. Do you still shop for wine like it's 2005? Naked Wines is a service that directly connects you to the world's finest independent winemakers so you can get award-winning wine delivered straight to your door. Use code FULL for code and password at nakedwines.com to get their incredible deal of 6 bottles for just $39.99.
Now, how do they do it? That's the thing. So Miss Naked Wines connects winemakers and wine drinkers directly, allowing for vineyard to your door delivery up to 60% off what you would pay in the store by cutting out the traditional retail middleman costs and markups. Winemakers can pass those savings on to you without skipping on the quality.
You know, going to the store to pick out wines can be so confusing because they have so many options. I feel like it's overwhelming. So this just really makes it much more simple for you. Now it's the time to join Naked Wines community. Head to nakedwines.com/full, click enter voucher and put in the code FULL for both code and password for 6 bottles of wine for just $39.99 with shipping included. That's $100 off your first 6 bottles at nakedwines.com/full and use code and password FULL for 6 bottles of wine for $39.99. Who was your favorite guest that you've had on the squeeze and why was it me?
I'm like,
Hey, technically both of you have been on it.
Yeah.
oh my God, you're right. You're right. I'm on it too.
Wait, okay.
You're so right.
I want to talk about that for 1 second. They did this she had a Galentine's. She had a lot of really amazing women and Manny come over.
And Manny.
And she had this genius idea where we'd all come in pockets and like do a little segment. So me, Manny, and Jacqueline, we're at the end of the episode because we're at a 25 out of 10.
I fear.
But it is just like the funniest episode.
Watching the other girlies, I'm like, we're really
They're like,
going
what's
in
your
on
favorite
ours, huh?
cookie? We're like,
They're all sweet.
The
and we're like,
juxtaposition.
what's your biggest ick, bitch? Like, that's literally
what pills
us.
are you taking?
Yeah.
Should you get a divorce? No, we
Oh
take
my
it
gosh.
to the sweet. But if you guys didn't know, I am gonna plug my episode
Absolutely,
because
put it in the fucking
like,
description.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I
amazing.
loved it.
Episodes.
We did
Plural.
2-parter. I want you to know that everywhere I go, people come up to me all the time and they go, I loved your episode on the squeeze. Or they'll say something like this to me, I loved your podcast episode. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Full coverage. They're like, no. The squeeze. I was like, that one.
yeah.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
at dinner the other night and it was like open window to the street, like on
Yeah.
Ventura, and a woman's walking down the street and is like, the squeeze. She goes, I'm a therapist and I know that was healing for you. Isn't it crazy?
Oh my
the time. I
gosh.
walked
Through
in
the
Trader.
window.
Yes, I
She
walked
was
in
like this.
through the window. No, the window was open. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
at the table.
I was like,
yeah, squeeze. I'm like this.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
Oh my gosh, wait, that's so
It's
special.
so cool.
That's
Trader
so
Joe's
cute.
checking out the girl. Squeeze episode changed my life. Like,
my gosh.
it's all the time. So guys, check it out. I cried for 2.5 hours on their
No.
podcast. But
It
so
honestly
good.
was such a good episode, and
Thank you.
I remember like we had gone through maybe like one of the 3 topics that I wanted to go through, and we had already been talking for like 40 minutes. And I never know with Taylor, like when it's been a while, sometimes he gets antsy. And so
Right, for sure,
I was like, I'm not feeling the antsiness, so I think he's enjoying it. We wrap up. It's great. It's been like an hour and a half. Lovely. Love it. You walk out the door. He goes, we got a 2-parter. I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. I was like, I was loving it. I hope he was loving it just as much. But no, it was cool too, because like obviously I'd known like a little bit about you just like from Jacqueline, and it was cool for Taylor because he really like didn't know like much about your history or anything.
Yeah.
But the people coming up, like that's my biggest motivation of keeping the podcast. Like I always tell Taylor, I'm like, I can't ever stop this podcast because the people that come up to me and they're like, I've had people come up to me and tell me they were contemplating taking their life and they listened to a specific episode and like it
Major.
saved
Makes
them.
you like, how could you not?
So
Like I have
major.
chills saying it, and
Yeah.
it's just like it's unreal. That's something I was like, I still don't even know what I'm doing. I just click record and that's
Totally.
like I don't know. I don't know
Totally.
anything about podcasts. Don't ask me how to get it in the algorithm. Don't ask me how to like have it be seen more. But it's just been really
It's
cool.
so real, your podcast, and me telling my story on your podcast. It's really cool because you guys are people that are very mature, very wise, and can handle very mature, deep, heavy conversations very well. And like you can't just go on any podcast and tell that story, and you guys have created such a safe place, and it's really changing multiple people's lives.
100%.
Yeah,
it
it's
really makes a
incredible.
big difference, and I think it really is about like you guys as hosts, like really just holding a lot of space for people when they come in and like really taking care of them and like making sure that they feel seen and heard and not judged for literally anything.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's a skill and that's a gift.
Yeah.
That's not everyone's like that.
Yeah, that was something I didn't know that Taylor and I had, but
I
we've heard it
know.
so much from guests. We're like, wow, like this is really cool, and I'm like, yeah, I guess like I feel like we're really good at taking a really heavy topic and still somehow keeping it lighthearted. Like we
guys
could still
do.
laugh with it, or like
100%.
it's still like
You
digestible.
guys are also very calm.
That's
So,
the
like,
thing.
that's the thing.
There's like this
You're-
energy
yes,
that's
there's a calmness.
like super calm,
Soothing,
in the room.
even
It's
some might
soothing.
say. Like there's that. I think that if you have like someone, let's say that's like a manic person doing it, you're gonna get like really intense reactions. You're gonna get like, oh my god, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But then when you're having a calm reaction and you can still giggle about it and be like chill and lighthearted,
Yeah.
it's completely different. It's a completely different atmosphere.
Yeah.
And there's like a calminess when you're around.
It's a
you and
special
Taylor.
niche you guys have going.
Sweet.
And I think that's so incredible because, there's a lot of people listening and to be able to hear these stories. You guys recently had on Gabby Petito's mom, which is just like the
Wow.
biggest case, craziest story. How was that?
It was kind of unreal because I remember when the story broke out, and at first she was missing. It was before we had known that she was murdered. She was just missing. And I remember seeing it on TikTok, and just the story just spread like wildfire.
Dude,
so
yep.
it was really cool to get to talk with her. And she's such a strong woman, and she's healed. Like, you can tell she's in, like, I mean, obviously you'll never heal if your child has died, but
Right.
It was just really cool to hear her, like, talk about this stuff, and it was really special. That's something that I'm really thankful for with this podcast, is getting to have, like, real, like, people on, like,
Real
people that don't
stories.
have platforms. Like, we did one last year with Stacy Chapin, who's the mom of one of the Idaho murder victims, and it's really cool, like, getting to have those are the conversations I never thought I would be able to have.
Totally.
And it's really special, and the response has been just so amazing from it. And what I think is really cool about Gabby's story is oftentimes when these true crime, I'm a sucker for true crime, love a documentary, love a true crime story,
I'm deep.
all that stuff, and most of the time we don't know the victims. We only know the murderers, the perpetrators, whatever. Like Ted Bundy, I don't know a single one of his victims. Like,
But we know
which is
everything
sad
about him.
Yes. And what I think is really cool about Gabby's story is it's Gabby's, and it's about her. And I think it just is a testament to her light and this energy that I felt just talking with her mom. And it was really special to be able, like, to say that throughout this whole time, like, Gabby has been, the spotlight. She has been the person, like, she's the victim that has been spotlighted throughout all of this. So I think it's really special. But
She really is. Like, I was watching majority. I think I have a little bit left, but on the Netflix documentary, like, I do feel like it talks about her a lot, shows, because she filmed herself a little. So it's interesting. It's such an interesting thing because it's an actual influencer. Not that they mean more than regular people, but there's so much content on, like, who.
Yeah, she vlogged all of her travel.
So
like,
you're able to, like, know her. And see her and get to know her personality. You know what I mean? Whereas most people don't have, like, a whole Rolodex of footage of themselves.
For sure. Yeah. And when she was on Nicole, she dropped some new information that she found out too about the case, which was
this episode
crazy.
is coming out. It will be out by the time this airs. So we're excited to tune in.
Yeah. It's on
That
YouTube.
is so wild.
Go
Yes.
look.
We'll leave a link, of
we'll
course.
be linking.
Yeah. So yeah, there's one. We have another, like, true crime one coming out
Oh, do ya?
soon.
Soon.
There is a documentary out.
On the next person.
On the next
There's
person.
or situation. That you're giving.
Vlogging is the word the clue that I'm giving.
She's gonna get clue. You guys
Vlogging.
get excited.
Vlogging is the
Vlog-
word.
There's
Vlogging.
more.
Yeah.
It's interesting because you have a mental health podcast, and it makes so much sense to have on people who have experienced one of the worst traumas you can experience, the loss of your child, or a true crime, a crime, a murder, or something like that. So it makes so much sense, but they're coming to the right place because again, it's very healing.
place.
It's a really great podcast.
Yeah.
Is there anything like that? Like, has there ever been, like, something that you've been given, like, advice wise, or, like, a mental health advice that's been given to you that you're like, I'm gonna take this for the rest of my life? That, like
the best piece of mental health
best piece of advice. Have you ever gotten that where it was like it kind of stuck with you, or it was like, this is something I'm gonna, like, keep with me?
Yeah. Oof. I feel like I have a lot of things because every time we have a guest on, I'm like, ooh, there's a nugget. Like, it's really cool. I feel like Taylor and I have gotten to learn a lot about ourselves and each other because we'll have a guest on and, like, they'll leave and I'll be like, oh my gosh, babe, that's exactly what you do. Or I'm like, oh my gosh, I relate to this person so much. And it just gives, like, I love talking with people, and I love, like, personal, like, deep conversation. Like, I don't, I can do a surface level chat, whatever, but like, I love having meaningful conversations. And that, at the end of the day, is what the podcast is. Like, sometimes you have guests on, they don't have much mental health, but it's a meaningful conversation. And that's what I love. But something that has stuck with me, one of our earliest guests was, she had this analogy, and she was like, if you break your leg, you go to the doctor, you get it fixed, you get some screws in it, you wear a cast, you go to physical therapy, you take your pain meds, whatever it is, and you treat it to heal it. And that's how we need to be treating our brains. Like, hey, if something's a little off in there, it doesn't mean I'm completely broken and I can't be fixed. You got to treat it the same way. Go to therapy. take your meds, go like put in the work, do the self-care, do the things you need to do, because we need to be giving our brain, like our brain and our heart
care.
are the most important organs in our body.
Because we can't see it, so we don't
Yeah.
acknowledge it. But the broken leg is there, but our brain hurts.
Yeah.
Our we hurt. We're depressed. Like we still hurt.
Yeah.
But it seems like we can't see it, so it gets neglected.
Yeah.
But it's like the most important thing because it's running the whole ship.
Yeah.
It's like if the engine's hurting or the engine needs healing,
The whole car's going down.
the
babe.
whole car. It's not. The whole car's going down. So that's a really good one.
Yeah. And that's one that's just like has always stuck with me. And I feel like it really put it into perspective for me, even though at the time I was already focusing on mental health. Like it's just such a good reminder that, you know, our brain tells us what to do. And like it truly, in my opinion, is like obviously you need your heart, but it's the most important thing.
It is.
So really giving it that attention that it needs and knowing that it's so cliche. The two like most cliche mental health things are like it's okay to not be okay and like it's okay to ask for help. Like those are, I feel like, the most overused
Right.
little terms in mental health, but they're actually so true and so important.
Like profound in a way.
And it's something that I feel like I've learned, like asking for help. Like I remember before I got diagnosed with PTSD, I was dissociating really bad where I just like, I was never present, but also I couldn't remember things that I knew. Like I would literally forget one of your names.
Yeah.
Like, and it was getting scary for me where I was like, I know his name, but I can't remember what it is, but I know that I know. Like I forgot like random, I mean, it makes sound silly, but like the chain smokers, I could see that, like I knew who they were, but I couldn't think of the name. Multiple restaurants by us I couldn't think of, like people's names I was forgetting, and I knew that they were there, but something was off. And I went and was officially diagnosed with PTSD, and it honestly made me feel better. And I was like, okay, I know what's going
There's
on.
a reason behind something.
Yeah. And oftentimes we're like, oh, we actually like don't want to know what's going on. But it's really not that scary because then you know the steps that you have to take to heal.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really helpful.
One of the biggest, hardest part is literally like going and finding out if you really do need help, because people like don't want to need it, if that makes sense. Like they don't want to be like diagnosed with something.
Yeah.
Like let's say like for example, me, like I feel like I've been ADHD like probably my whole life, and that's why I struggle with times with like sleep or with like trying to keep track on one task, and I'm like struggling with that. And it's funny because like I feel like I know I have it, but I never got diagnosed for it because I'm like, oh, I don't want another thing. Yeah. You know, in a way, but it's like I know it's really, if I did, it would not have been the biggest deal because I've already struggled with so many other like random things in my life. Yeah. Where I'm like, I know it would just be another thing that you have to deal with, but sometimes it feels like, oh my God, I'm just like, there's something wrong with me. Yeah. But it's like, it's not. Like, it's not. At the end of the day, just like you're saying with the like analogy, it's like, if you know something's wrong, like you want to get that fixed. Yeah. But sometimes it's hard for people.
Yeah. And also like your mental health like diagnosis doesn't define you. Like
totally.
It's literally just like a part of you. Like I'm a wife, I'm a dog mom, I'm a podcast host, I have PTSD. Like it's just one of the things that is a part of you. It is not the defining.
It's a branch of the tree.
Yeah. It's not the defining factor. And I feel like once you understand that, then it's like a lot more approachable.
100%.
I love that.
Yeah. I agree more.
Thank you so much to Ava for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage, you guys. Honestly, interest rates right now are so freaking brutal. If your car payments and credit card bills are squeezing your budget, a higher credit score could save you thousands every single year. And honestly, let me tell you something. Miss Ava can help you with that.
Ava is a credit building app that makes it super simple to improve your credit fast so you can get better rates on loans, pay off debt faster, and get more money in your pocket. Joining Ava gives you access to all of Ava's credit building tools. Starting at $6 per month, for just $6 per month, you can potentially save thousands of dollars. There's no credit check, no interest, and no fees.
I am absolutely obsessed with that. All you have to do is download the Ava app, spelled AVA, today. And when you join using our promo code Full Coverage, you'll get first month free, honey. This offer is only for our listeners. Get the Ava app and use promo code Full Coverage to get your first month free. That's promo code Full Coverage. Thanks to Ava. And now go get yourself some good credit.
I want to talk about our little Dear Media panel that we have coming up. The plug. Me and Tay. They're what? It's like a conference, if you will.
Yeah, it's like a fun little. It's a
people.
wellness event. Dear Media, which is the network that I'm with, they're doing a fun little wellness event day. There's going to be panels. There's like this really cool breathing meditation thing before, which I just learned about, which I'm really excited and I kind of want to do. We're the first panel.
Love that.
First panel. But
I'm going to be on the panel with Taylor. So if you guys want to join us, if you're in LA and you want to join, I'll have the date and where you can get tickets in the description box so you guys can check it out. But I'm super excited about it.
It's really cool.
Do you meditate ever?
Yeah.
Do you?
I feel like when people, meditating could literally be just silence.
Focusing on a thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's like a lot of misconceptions, I think, with meditating.
Yeah, they think about like
For sure. You have to like sit like
vibes.
this
Yeah,
and
it's
like
not
say
that.
the om.
Yeah. And just like, which
Yeah.
that is a form of meditation.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
But
there's
that's
a
the only
lot
type.
of forms of meditation. Like meditation can be just like focusing on maybe a certain thing or just like one thing and not letting your brain just run rampant. It's like controlling your thoughts.
Yeah.
For me, meditation, whenever I meditate, and I'll do it in small spurts because I have a horrible time focusing, but the more you do it, the better you get at it.
For
Like
sure.
you have to exercise that meditation muscle.
Yeah.
But I find my answers there whenever I quiet down all that noise and will just like listen to my breath, listen to my heartbeat, whether it's after a workout or whatever, whenever I'm doing it. It's so interesting. The answers for change or little things in my life I don't know what to do. It'll pop up and the answer will be right there whenever I finally just shut the noise off for a second. The answers are all up here. We just can't get them out.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is so special about meditation.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
that's why
I feel like I
curious.
meditate the most when I'm in the car. Like,
Yeah.
I literally just won't have music on and I'll just like be focused on driving and I'll just like let my thoughts honestly like go by like the
Like
cars are. I'm just like
flow.
letting them go. Yeah.
And meditation too, like if a thought comes in that's intrusive or not supposed to be there, you can just let it go and then go back into focusing on whatever you were focusing on. But I think meditation is super life-changing form of mental health.
Yeah.
Our brains, they're wired. They want to go 24/7 and
100%.
they want to tell us every thought that could possibly happen all the time. And like whenever you grasp that power of your mind to be able to turn her off for just a little bit, and think, I think it's like completely life changing. You find a lot of answers then.
Yeah, especially
You
when
change
like
the world.
we're constantly filled with social media. We're constantly scrolling. We constantly have all of these things in our heads. I'm sure a majority of us are drinking some form of an energy drink or something that has caffeine.
Clocked.
I do
Clock
too.
me
It's fine.
down.
I'm not saying I'm not saying you shouldn't. I love
we
it.
do.
But it's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, absolutely.
But like there's just so many stimulants for our brain and
Right.
it's so important to just like have that moment of stillness and be like, okay, let's just check in. Like having that is just it's nice.
I love that. Yeah.
I love that.
Manny, you meditate? We're going to get you meditate. No. We're going to get you meditating, girl.
I was like,
We're going to get you meditating, girl.
No, I was like, I don't do that. I'm like, when am I quiet in my mind? I'm like in the shower, like I'm just like washing my
Yeah,
hair.
you can totally meditate in the
Like
shower.
I'm not doing anything. I don't listen to music when I'm in the shower. I literally am just like there, just like kind of like in a zen zone.
That's the best. Whenever I feel
maybe that
overwhelmed, I
is, like-
definitely will get in the shower.
Yeah.
Or like get in the bath and just like lay
I'm a
there
bath
and not
girly.
go on my phone. Yeah.
I feel like I'm like pretty calm there, and I'm there for like what 10-15 minutes. I'll just like kind of chill.
Yeah, that's good.
And I feel like maybe
That's
that is a
good.
form of it.
Yeah,
in a way.
totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
But that's like
totally.
what, and sometimes I'm also the same with the car thing. Like I'll listen to music sometimes.
Yeah.
But a lot of times too, I'll literally just drive in silence, and I'll just like be
Yeah.
in my.
I too.
zone.
I'll drive in silence a lot, and I'm just like in the zone. Have you ever been driving and you end up like home and you don't remember getting there? You're like you zoned out.
Yes.
And it's like you're a robot.
And I'm like,
just
oh my
driving
god,
your
did I
car.
just drive?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like I could have gotten an accident.
No,
I don't even
but-
remember. I
Like you're
don't
so
remember.
in auto zone.
Yeah.
Not
You
auto zone,
go
but like
autopilot.
Autopilot?
Yeah, auto zone.
I was
You're in
I
auto
just
zone.
heard Ty laugh.
You're in so auto zone.
I was right there with you. I was
you got it.
I
You're
was so
you're
there.
picking up what I was putting down.
Yes.
I was like, you're in that zone. Oh, you're in
Autopilot.
the zone.
Yeah.
Autopilot in the
Auto
zone.
zone.
Yep.
That's right. I was. Okay,
Yeah,
I was like, why
that's
the fuck
it.
did I say that? But I literally was like in autopilot, and I was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Baby, sometimes I'll be driving and I'll be like, oh my God. I'll like snap out of it back to
Yeah.
reality. People get me all the time on the podcast because
They do. They'll get her. They'll get her. They'll get her. They'll be like, Laura, you good? And she's like this.
I zoned out so bad. Like, girl, I'll be over here in outer space.
Like one little drill like this.
Literally. They're like, Laura, get
You
back in here.
Oh my gosh.
You
No,
know
it's
what?
so
I
true.
also have like I think, okay, this is like it's really not controversial. I think everybody has a certain level of ADD, ADHD in
there's a
there.
spectrum.
Like, I think there's a spectrum of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think everybody has it, and it's a different spectrum, you know what I mean? But I think everybody has a kiss.
Yeah,
A little
touch.
kiss, a touch.
Uh-huh.
I think my touch might be heavy. Cause,
Oh, I know mine's heavy too. So honey, I'm right there with you.
I feel like my touch might be a little...
Do you guys ever have that where, like, let's say you're going downstairs to get something and you get there and you're like, I don't know what I need to get.
But then you have to go back to the spot you were.
I have
Yes!
to retrace my steps.
Me too.
Like at minimum once a day.
Literally
Minimum
same.
once a day.
I'll get downstairs and I'm like this.
You know what
I
I
have to
do
go
on
back
my
upstairs?
laptop with work, because I'm really bad with that. I'll open tabs with what I'm supposed to do. Like, for instance, interview questions. So I put a tab that said Taylor Lautner and interview, like whatever I'm doing, edit this Revolve video. So I'll open Revolve's website and I leave myself clues.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I'm breadcrumbing myself to what I'm supposed to be
I
doing.
do that on my phone. I'll literally be like, okay, I'll scroll up so I can see all the tabs I had open. And I was like, what did I need to do? And I'll go through my tabs on my phone.
And you're like, I don't know.
And I'm like this.
You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. I have a piece of paper. I love like a pen. I'm a pen and paper girly.
Sister.
So I always have a
Honey.
notebook by me, and if I'm working on something, and the thought will like just float by. It's like, oh yeah, you have to do this. I'm like, okay, I'll write it down, and then so I can try to focus on whatever I'm doing, and I just like have a list of like 20 things when I'm done. I'm like, okay, great. Well, I did one thing, and now I have 20 more.
Like you did that and like wrote it down. Sometimes I do it on my notes. I will pull up my notes and be like, fuck, I have to get that done.
I did also hear though from someone. I was having this conversation with her, and she told me that she would get a lot of anxiety because she'd have all these thoughts and she would forget them. And her therapist was like, if you're forgetting the thought, it probably isn't that important. So you need to like let it go and it'll come back.
That's
and I was
a good
like,
one.
oh yeah. Maybe I should
like
be like
that.
panic writing it.
One.
I know.
I used to self-sabotage myself because I would get hung up. Like, let's say a negative situation happened. I would get really hung up in negative situations and I wouldn't allow myself to move on from them.
Yeah.
And now I'm like older now and wiser. This was me in my 20s and I would just harp on them and think about them and be mad and talk about it with everyone all the time and never let it go. And I knew I would need to let it go, but I wouldn't do the things too. So now if I had to deal with a negative situation, I'm like, okay, I'm done with it. I'm putting it away. But then I'll go into action and do something, put my phone down and go on a walk or clean some area in my house. Like, I make myself, I'm much mentally stronger now than I used to be because you grow up, you know, it happens. But that's a little trick I'll do too. Like, I quit self-sabotaging myself. Like, I'm like, no, I don't deserve this. I'm going to do better. You know what I mean? So that's a good. But have you read the book Atomic Habits?
I haven't.
You should. Everybody should. Every human on earth should read it. But basically, us leaving ourselves breadcrumbs and clues is like talks a lot about that in the book to like jar yourself and like if you want to stop smoking, get the cigarettes out of your house or make it really hard or put them in a really inconvenient place. Yeah. Anything that is in our face, we are going to do. Yeah. Like that's just like hard. Like if you don't want to stop drinking so many sodas and you have them lined up in your fridge, you're going to drink the sodas. Yeah. And then it's like if you want to drink more water but you carry around an ice cold water, you're probably going to drink more water. But if you don't have it readily, so it's like the thing with like the tabs and like reminding yourself, the notebook, writing things down. So that's a really good one with it's just like, you know, helping our minds along, helping
giving
ourselves
breadcrumbs,
along,
literally giving our
leaving
brain
ourselves
breadcrumbs,
little breadcrumbs. I even have a section in my closet because like people send clothes and like sometimes it just gets all jumbled in, so I created a section in my closet for new outfits I want to wear.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So it's like, these are pieces I really want to get in and wear. So it's a section in my closet. Whenever I have something in a bin or something, I'll go there and I'm like, oh yeah, these new pieces.
Love that.
just to remind you that's not jumbled in your like thrown into what you
I'll never
have.
see them again. You know what I mean? It's like, or I'll have to dig through it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But yeah, like anytime you want to do something is basically setting yourself up for success in that area by leaving things out. We're very visual people. Humans are. We're very visual.
Yeah.
What we see, what we do. You know what I mean? What's in front of us. We may wear the same pair of jeans every day, and it might be because those jeans are like the first ones in the drawer. It's just like easiest to grab. Like, you know what I mean? That's just how we're built as humans. So
and convenience. People like
convenience. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So make it convenient for yourself to do your next goal. You know?
Yeah.
like something good.
Yeah.
Or make it hard to do the thing you don't want to do.
That's the way you can play it on both. You
can
make it hard to do the things you want to get rid of. Make it hard on yourself. Like if you're like trying to eat a little better, get the junk out of your house. Make it hard. hard.
Yeah.
One girl said she lost a lot of weight. I don't know if this is a healthy thing or a toxic habit, but she said she would ask herself, well, do you want a banana, apple, strawberries? No, then you're not hungry. I was like, oh.
That seems.
I'm like, wait, I feel like that seems right. Though.
That seems right or wrong?
That
Is that right?
That seems right.
You have to be careful with those things. You know what I mean?
I feel like that seems like it would be like.
She would, give herself the healthy options, and if she's
Especially like as a snack, like throughout the day.
a snack.
I'm such a snack. That's the snacks get me.
I would rather
I
have
love a
6 snacks a day than a meal, and
Yeah.
that's what my real problem. That's girl dinner right there.
That's literally girl dinner.
That's girl dinner.
That's literally like I'll just get the chips instead.
Yeah.
I
get
literally
it.
ate a little, took a bag of chips before I came. I was like, I should
Girl
eat.
lunch.
No, I'll just have some. Yep.
That was your girl lunch.
Or it was like a bag of chips with like a cube of cheese, and you're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
slay, I'm full.
Yep.
Literally.
That's
Literally
her.
That was me at Coachella. I'm
That
pretty
literally was
sure
you.
at Coachella I had like a bag of chips and a piece, like a bite
Every night.
one bite of pizza every night for dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
know-
an experience.
You know what I was talking about? I was like, wow, I love that my face hasn't broken out once here, but I go home and I'm the pinnacle of health with water and grilled chicken and rice every night, and my
Broken
shit's
out.
blown up. So
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
and I'm
Dude.
out here with like alcohol and chips and pizza every night,
Yeah.
and my face is like, we're great.
I
Thank
don't
you,
get
baby.
it. That's how I am too. It's
I
so
don't
weird.
get
I was
it.
literally eating junk food the last literally 4 days in a row.
Taco Bell every night.
I would take a shit and no wipe. I'm like, period. Like,
Period.
and then the second I'm eating chicken and rice, I'm like,
Your body's like,
here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. And I'm literally like this.
Yep.
You make it hard on me, buddy.
Yeah.
You're making it hard on
The
me.
bods make it hard, babes. The bods make it
Yeah.
hard.
They really do.
Yeah, well. Anything else you want to add, Miss Tay Tay? We love you to
I
death.
think so. Yeah. Just that I truly just love you both. I think it's really cool. Like, I was thinking about this when I was driving over. Like, the like love and friendship that I have for both of you. It's crazy because like we've only hung out a few times, but like
Yeah.
I know like if I was going through something and I needed advice or I needed something, I could literally call either of you and you would be at my house in 5 minutes. Like you would give like
100%.
you would just be
1,000.
there for me.
100%.
And I feel like it's just really cool, like finding those people that you click
It's
with.
rare.
So I just love you both so much.
Oh, we love you.
so much, too.
We're so happy you're here. You were on, it's so funny, you were on our roster. I told you.
Yeah.
For 2025. You were on our list and you reached out and I was like, well, thank you for making my job really easy. We were in the studio when you reached out planning. It was weird, girl. It was weird.
Oh, wow.
And I said,
It
Manny,
literally-
I said, Tay just texted me. And he was like, what?
Oh my gosh. That's so
know.
funny
It was
because I had
perfect.
like debated texting you earlier and I don't know why I didn't.
I should have already reached out to you, but we do it like in groups. So we'll hit like 10 people.
Yeah, yeah,
and be
yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Get them all out at the same time.
yeah, we'll
and
get
then,
up, like
see
we'll
how
be
it can go.
planning and we'll just like hit everybody we want and see
Yeah.
if they want to. So I'm so grateful you did. We were coming for your ass anyway.
We were.
It's
It was already happening.
It was already happening, babe.
We love you.
We love
guys.
you so much. Thank you for being here. Anything else you want to share?
No, I think that's it.
Just her love for us, really.
Just how much she loves
Just my love. Just my love.
And the feeling's mutual. You guys, okay, but we're really gonna do escape room soon, like dead ass,
Actually.
like dead ass. Because
I'm-
now knowing that you like them, I'm like,
We should have known
We
that
have
you
more.
guys like them because you're gamers.
yes. And
Yeah.
the thing is, we're always like, we have like 2 other friends that like will do them with us. That we're like, bitch, we got our girlies.
You gotta have
over
a little
here.
group.
You gotta have
Yeah.
a little group.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have people like that will actually like do it.
Yeah. Oh.
It's the
Yes.
more the better in this escape
Yes.
room, I find.
Me
Yeah.
too, up to a certain extent, and then it's really like you're useless.
Yeah.
But like to an extent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like where I'm always like, okay, like I feel like 8. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
let's not get crazy.
Yeah. I've been to a few in New Orleans that are
Oh, I
like
can't even. They're
spooky.
insane. Oh my god, I
But
bet they're
That
so
would be
cool.
a dream. I love
I know.
scary stuff. I love spooky.
We love Halloween and
Oh,
spookiness.
love Halloween.
I also
Don't like to be
love
scared.
NOLA. It's such a unique place in the world. Like
Yeah.
in the US, like NOLA is like incredible.
Like nothing like.
There's like
like it.
nothing like it.
I haven't been anywhere like it.
Right?
I love New
I've
Orleans.
never been. I want to go.
It feels like a different country in a way, just because they have all the specific, unique things there. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
one day.
Okay. Well, we're going to do
guess
an
we're going to
escape
NOLA.
room in New
Yeah.
Orleans.
Yeah, great. We'll take the
Can't
jet.
Wait.
Yeah.
Take the jet.
You have a jet?
Yeah.
Because
I don't know which jet we're taking, but we're
Thinking I
taking
got
a
the jet,
jet.
girl.
It's gonna be a sponsored
Jam-
podcast episode.
It's
and
just
we're
sponsored.
just gonna
Please export
Yeah.
coverage.
Mm.
Get
Yeah.
us
We're
there,
doing a
baby.
brand
Get
trip.
us there.
A full coverage brand trip. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be a full squeeze.
Yep. Oh
Okay,
yes.
a full squeeze, honey.
Yes. Full squeeze. Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
I
it.
love
a full
that.
Squeeze. A full squeeze. I like that. Shit. Anyways, you guys, thank you guys
hoot and a holler.
so much for watching. We're gonna of course leave everything linked down below that we talked about in today's episode. But thanks so much for coming on, and we will catch you guys in our next week's episode. Bye.
Bye.
Stream all the movies and shows you love for free on Pluto TV.
Say what now? Showtime.
That means drama is free with heart-wrenching stories from Love and Basketball, Power, and Greenleaf.
In this family, we live by the Spirit.
And laughter is free with gut-busting comedies like Key and Peele, The Neighborhood, Everybody Hates Chris, and Boomerang. Watch all the hits, all for free, from all your favorite devices.
Oh my God, I love it!
Feel the free Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.